John Mcdonnell, the Shadow Chancellor, joins me. Oh, that is the big problem, isn't it? You have got passionately pro-Remain and passionately pro-Brexit people inside the Labour Party, and they both want to hear totally different messages from you. It makes it very, very hard to have a coherent message.
It's a challenge, and I think Jeremy Corbyn's taken a quite courageous position in terms of he recognises that you've got to bring the country together at some stage, and it will be over a traditional British compromise. That will come further down the line, almost inevitably. But we've got this divide. It isn't just in the Labour Party, it's right the way across the country as well. You've got the Liberals who basically arguing that they want a second referendum to overturn the last one. You've got Brexiteers, hard Brexiteers in terms of the Tories and UKIP, who basically want to take us out and ignore the rest of the population. Somewhere along
the middle of the road. We know what Nye Bevan said.
I know.
In the middle of the road.
I know the Nye Bevan, but somewhere along the line, there will be a sensible compromise, and it will be the Labour Party that will be driving that compromise, bringing sides together.
I asked Jeremy Corbyn last week if he was toast if you lost them, and he said, no, he wouldn't be toast. In fact, it would be a terrible, terrible blow for the Labour Party if, you know, the government, all the issues about the NHS and Brexit and so forth, if the government party was taking seats from the opposition party, that's unprecedented.
Since Brexit, you can't calculate by-election results on what's gone on in the past. So what we've got to do is fight for every vote, and that's what we'll do. I'm angry about the statements by Mr Nuttall today. That's taking Stoke for granted. He's basically saying he's going to win it. You do not take the electorate for granted. We will fight for every vote in both by-elections.
Sounds to me slightly as if you're preparing to lose those
No,
seats.
not at all, not at all. We're preparing to fight this vote by vote. And I think we will win because we'll have strong local candidates campaigning, yes, on Brexit, but also on the NHS. And remember, Paul Nuttall wants to privatise the NHS. I think people will wake up to those threats, and as a result, I think we'll win.
That, but,
well, he said it publicly. It's on the record.
Well, he could have an argument about that.
Now let me deal with the issue of the National Health Service head on. The voters of Stoke will be told in this election that UKIP wants to privatise the NHS. This is a lie. It goes back to comments that I made back in early 2011 when I spoke about introducing more competition into the NHS. However, it is clear from the Labour Party's disastrous PFI programme that has saddled the NHS with a debt of 80 billion that I was wrong. We also will not take lessons from a party which privatised 5% of the NHS when it was in power and oversaw the mid-staffs scandal. Let me be clear. UKIP has never stood on a platform of privatising the NHS in any election, and UKIP never will stand on a platform of privatising the NHS. UKIP made it clear, perfectly clear, in its manifesto of 2015 that the NHS must remain public and free at the point of delivery. However, it must also be a national health service and not an international health service. We are also committed to the abolition of hospital car parking charges, which in our opinion is little more than a tax on the sick. And unlike the other parties, we will put even more money into the NHS, and we can tell you where that money is coming from. Because we will slash the bloated foreign aid budget, which is costing the British people £30 million. Costing the British people £30 million every single day. £30 million every single day, and we will reinvest that money into our NHS.